Hey everyone, thanks for tuning back in. Quick update. Looks like the market was green today. Unemployment was posted. Data. We've added several 100,000 jobs if you go by those numbers. I'm not going to argue about that, but either way, we had a green broccoli kind of day in the market. The portfolio is up $234, man. This thing is wild, up and down like a roller coaster. But we're still doing okay. We're still doing decent, and we're in the profit. So I wanted to share just a quick update on the portfolio. I've moved some money around, and I've gotten into new positions. So we sold off on. We actually had 6 positions, and we actually sold off one. I sold off one today. It was Endeavor, I believe, EKH or EXK. I can't remember which one it was, but so there was a couple of reasons why it didn't do well. It hasn't been doing well ever since I bought into it. I think I might have got into it too late, but the way it's been running has mostly been on the negative side. So today when I opened up my portfolio and I saw that it was actually positive, I ended up making the decision to get out of it. And so we got out of it in green. It wasn't a whole lot of money. It was like $5. But the fact is that we tried it. It didn't work. We walked away with $5 and some change. That's good enough for me. It just wasn't running like the other silver stocks. So I figured, you know what? It's not going to end up moving. So we got out of it. We made the quick decision. We sold off. We had some money that was sitting on the sideline, I think over $1,300. And I got into this position today, which is CRH. This is a material building company. It's one of the largest in Dublin, Ireland. We were able to snag 15 shares and at $88.50. Costed us $1,327.50. And it moved today. It moved $9. We're up not even 1%, but it looks over the past 5 years, it's gone up 165%. So it's done extremely well in the past 5 years. It looks like it has a really nice arc, like a little Evel Knievel ramp, and it looks like it might start to do really well in the next couple of years. So we're gonna let this one run. Minimum hold a year. So if you can get in at a better price of $88.50, I think it would be okay. Now, I'm not a financial guru. I'm far from a professional or an advisor. I do all of my trades based off of a lot of speculation, and I follow money. I try to limit my loss, of course, just like everyone else. And everyone always has the right plan when it comes to investing. What I found out is that no one has the right plan. Everyone understands a way to make money the best they can, and they continue to voice their concerns about high risk. Always want to do low risk, low reward is the best way to go about it. It's the most reasonable. I'm not even knocking that. I have another portfolio that's just like that. This, again, we did an experiment in real time, and we've been successful so far, I think. Now, everyone has different opinions, and what I'm learning is that most people have these strong emotional responses to people who have a higher risk tolerance than them. So that's what it comes down to, risk tolerance. You got to understand where you are as far as risk and reward. So if you're a person who, I want to say this is kind of fit every general, very, very general sense of situations that I've seen. I've seen that most of my buddies who grew up poor and didn't have any money growing up, they have a very low risk tolerance. They don't want to lose money. They're more scared about the potential loss of money than the reward of it. And so they're very conservative in their efforts. They understand, 5-6%. That's it. That's all I need. And we're gonna slowly grow this thing over years, right? And so when they come across me and I show them my portfolio and I show what companies I'm buying, and the financials are trash, this and that, and I walk away with money, they just write me off like I stepped in the casino and I put everything on black and it hit black and I walked away and it's not going to happen again. You just got lucky. And so it's just exciting to see. Again, everyone has different risk tolerances. So if you are a person who looks at other people's portfolio and you say, man, this guy is just not doing well, he's risking too much. Again, it comes down to risk tolerance and everyone is different. So at the end of the day, no one who watches my videos pays my bills, so they have no say in how I how I buy my stocks. And what I've shown is that I've walked away with 20% or more, and I think that's great. I believe I'm doing as much as I can to minimize risk, looking at companies that are getting picked by hedge funds. There's hedge funds are putting billions of dollars in some of these stocks that I'm picking up. So for anyone to criticize me and say these are crash, if you follow money and the money's there and they're making money, I don't think that that they're wrong. So again, everyone's different. At the end of the day, you control your portfolio, you pay your own bills. No one's there doing that for you. So I feel like it's just entertainment. So if you are following along, thank you so much for following along. Let's talk about some of these positions. So this first one, like I said, we just got in, and Arcadium has gone above $3. I got in at 258. I averaged down. You got to remember that I ended up having 100 shares of this, and then it went to 275, and then it went to 300. Now I was adding money, and some people were super concerned. Hey, that's a money pit. You're losing. Stop. Put a stop loss on it. You're gonna end up going red, and it's all gonna go away. Well, today I can tell you that we're in the positive 19%. $150 is what we've made so far. We put in $774, and today it's valued at $924. So this actually hit 22% in the morning, and I saw it. It was about $173. And I was thinking about getting out, but because we've gone so low, and there's good foresight in the future, uranium I think is going to run, and at $3 compared to a $7 52-week high, I think we're going to hold this up a little bit more, just because if these other two positions go sour on me, this is going to make up for those positions. So these positions were actually green in the morning, not too much, maybe $3-4 positive, but I'm hoping that will make up the difference if these go negative. So we're going to hold on to that one a little bit longer. LAAC, Argentine, the lithium companies actually went higher after I sold it. So that's a good sign. It looks like these might run, and so I'm going to hold off to this one a little bit longer. And then Carl Icahn, IEP. So this is hilarious. I jumped in too early, didn't do my background. Obviously, I was gambling, but I'm up $41 off this gamble. So what the issue is that IEP pays $1 dividend. It's a high dividend for the actual stock, right? So Hindenburg is a research company that pretty much is like the police of the stock market, an independent, think of it like a bounty hunter. And what they do is they look into companies that have rumored that they're not doing right, they're maybe doing some fraud, and they do this investigative kind of reporting on them. They figure out if they are cheating, if they're breaking the law in some kind of way. Then they get a huge short position, and then they release the news after they catch them. So what happens is the stock obviously tanks off of bad news. Hey, there's potential crime being done in this company. Everyone sells off in a panic. And that's what happened with IEP. So I found out after the fact. I didn't do my due diligence. I personally saw Carl as a person who is a billionaire. He has 80% of his wealth is tied up in the IEP. He's going to do whatever he has to do in order to raise this share price. The share price is at $13.68, and it did. It bounced. It went from $10. Now it's back up to $13. Almost hitting $14 today. So he's doing everything in his power to bring back either that or someone bought really heavy at a $10 bottom. But it's already bouncing back. The issue again is the dividend. They're saying that as people buy the new stock because of the high dividend, it's acting like a Ponzi scheme. They're paying the people who are buying right now, are those people are paying for the other ones who already are in, just like a Ponzi scheme would happen. Now, this is allegedly. This is not fact. It's just opinion so far based off of this research company. They did a huge short, and it worked on them. So what happens from now on, I feel, and this is from experience, Carvana did the same thing. It ran all the way down to $5 a share, and I picked up Carvana at $5 a share because the owners of Carvana, the largest stock holders are the father and the son. I read the Wikipedia of the father, who has some kind of bad experience, almost criminal. If you go read it. He was popped for something kind of suspect, and all of their wealth is tied up in the stock. So my reaction is, if all your wealth is tied up in the stock, you're going to do everything in your power to pump that stock back up, because then you become you've already accustomed yourself to a certain lifestyle. If you lose out on the stock, you go under, you fall apart, and that's it. That's the end of your whole career. You can't go into a new company. So I bought in, and it did a 200% return, and I got rid of it. Little did I know, it went on to do like a 12x. It went from $5 all the way up to like $8. I think it's like at 80 now or something like that. Something crazy. I was looking at it. It was a $200 some odd investment. The other day when I was looking at it, it would have been almost $7,000 had I held on to it. So I said, man, I missed it really big. This is my second chance. Carl is going to do everything he can to pump the share price up. It's just going to take a little bit of time. It's been in the high 60s, 50s, whatever. Right now it's at a 22. If we can get to 18, maybe we can walk away with some money. Right now it's doing 13, which is not bad. If it hits 20, I'm okay with getting rid of it, but we'll see. We'll kind of gauge it and see what's going to happen. All right, and then QRT, it's gone up 8 cents from my cost. We're up almost 14%, which is $41. So we're gonna, if we close out this, we'll be positive 80 with these two, but we're gonna hold off a little bit. The market looks like it's bouncing back, and it's gonna go up. So we'll hold. First Majestic and Fortuna Mining is still in the red, negative $3, which is 1% and less than, about 2.5% right here. So again, we got kind of high, $5. The high is 6. I'll be watching this closely. If it gets into the 530s, maybe 540s, we might get rid of it. We'll just feel it out. Same with this one, 645 into 844. Again, they haven't been performing like the other two silver stocks that I got out of already. Got those silver and Hecla Mining. Those just ran, and so we're going to be looking for anything that goes positive into these, kind of exit like we just did with Endeavor Silver. So Endeavor Silver was the other position that I just sold today. Again, we barely made anything. $5. It's not a lot. We got $155 left, and I was looking at this, noticing it from the last video. The total has gone down because I actually transferred money from this account to my kids' account, because we ended up buying. In the beginning, I transferred $460 to buy a share of Berkshire Hathaway, and then I transferred another 100 and something to buy some more Charles Schwab stock. So they're both in the positive right now. He's doing, I think, almost $900 plus $900, just over $900, about 11%. His account is, the solid one. 95% of that money is tied up in Berkshire Hathaway, and then the rest is for Charles Schwab. And again, the Charles Schwab thing has not done at all any good over the last 5 years. I think they're up like 20% in the last 5 years, which is horrible. The dividend's a quarter, but the performance hasn't really been there. So what I noticed is that we got in the 60 level. It's okay. We could have done better. If we would have gotten in the 50, I would have been much, much happier. It can still go down a lot. So we've just been averaging down every time it goes red. We average down, and now we finally got it to where it's positive. So I think he holds like 7 shares or something like that, and some change, because you can do fractional sharing in that one. Or they call them stock slices on Charles Schwab. But that's it so far. We're green in most of the 4 out of 6 positions. We got rid of 1 today, and we got left with 2 silver mining stocks, 1 lithium stock, 1 retail stock. I don't even know what this is, a holding stock, and then this is also in the buildings material kind of section. I'm kind of hopeful to see what this goes. This should be a really good long-term hold. Again, over the last 5 years, they've done 165%, so it's been really good. But again, we're in the green. Thank you guys for watching. If you guys have any questions, throw them down below. And that's it. Happy blessings, happy stacking.